Yourself, what's your
To
story?
my younger self.
To 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 my younger self. What's your story? To my younger self. What's your story?
Well, hello there. Good morning. Good morning. It is so good to see everyone. Let's see who is in the room today. Who is here? Oh, Krabna Yesu, you are very, very early. Yes, yes, yes. Good to see you. Good to see you. Beverly Ross, good to see you. And Krabna Yesu says, go Belinda. It's going to be a good day today. I promise you. I promise you. Good morning to you wherever you are in the world, especially in Africa. We greet you. We greet you. We greet you. Listen, where are you watching us from? I greet you. Indinao to you. If you speak Abeg, Wezo, Aleke Efwa, are you doing well? It is so good to see you. Barakadazua, Sanumkudazwa, Yayade, Kakwana Lafia. I hope you slept well. It is so good to see you guys. I see you already. I am greeting you. Please put in the comment section in your local dialect how to say good morning, how to say good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Or if you are somewhere in Siberia and the sun never goes down, just greet us anyway. We want to hear from you. Yes. Oh, wow. Uncle Kofi is here. It is so good to see you. I see Ninette is here. Of course, Ralia, thank you for joining us all the way in Switzerland. Baba Forsen, it is so good to see you. All right, let us greet each other more, right? Yaken Toma Toma, Fudua Wela, Toma Awela. Niti Zamzam to you. I am greeting you in the Kosal dialect. Of course, if you speak Mampuli, you probably heard a little bit of the stuff I just greeted you in. Let's see who is here in Etusang. All the Chi speakers, all the Akan speakers, all the Fanti speakers, I am greeting you. I am greeting you. Over to them, Yamawache Akwaba. Sawubonani to you if you speak Zulu. Ibella to you, Ibiokibari to you. How are you doing if you speak Moshi? Welcome in. I greet you. I greet you. Te oyo, te ojeko to you. Thank you for joining us. If you speak Ghana anywhere in the world, this is a dialect in Ghana, of course, from the Accra, Greater Accra region. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. Ekaro to you. Ekabo, if you speak Yoruba, all the way in Nigeria, my friends, we greet you. Thank you for joining us in telling stories every week. It is so wonderful to see you. Nagadev to you. If you speak Wolof, my Wolof speaking friends, thank you for joining us in Senegal. It is so good to see you. Jambo habari gani, habari ya wasuboy to you. If you speak Swahili, I love you and I am so grateful you're here. Kotong to you, Amohelang to you. Do you speak Sesotho? It is good to see you. If you are in Botswana, please let us know in the comments section. Inyasi to you, Aloy, Domilaki. Do you speak Bisa from Burkina Faso or yes, even parts of Ghana? I speak a little Bisa, not too much, just a little bit. Kotoli to you, if you speak Fofoldi and you are Fulani, I greet you, I greet you, I greet you. I know there is one particular person who actually just really speaks incredible Fulani and he's always watching. So sir, I greet you. Thank you for joining us. Akeyi to you if you speak Creole. All of our Ayiti people, we greet you, we greet you. We know where your roots are and we are so thankful you join us week in and week out telling stories. Bombia to you, to our Portuguese speaking African friends. Thank you for joining us. Bonjour to you. Of course, if you speak French, buongiorno, buenos dias, and of course, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so good to see everybody. My goodness, just the chat room is blowing up. I cannot even keep up anymore. Listen, good morning to all of our hops and friends. What do they say? Facto, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you guys say facto non-verbal, which is action, not words. I see that you are putting your foot where your mouth is or your money where your pockets are, because you guys are showing up. You are showing up in action. We greet you, all of our Holy Child friends, our Holy Child alumni. Thank you for showing up and just supporting our sister. Uncle Fisho, I greet you of MQF fame. I know he's working in the background. He is our technical director right now, today, over there in Maryland. We see you, sir. We thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. Let's see who is here. Shirley is here. Good morning to you. Sumamba Mark is here. We say hello. Nana Elika, my goodness, little bro, where have you been? It is so good to see you. Rachel Dodu, it is good to see you. Guys, if I did not mention your name, it is not out of slight or malice. It is that you guys are doing so well and I cannot keep up with the comments. So please, please, please bear with me, okay? All right, you know why? Like the chat room is blowing up today? Is because an incredible person is joining us today for Author's Corner on To My Younger Self. And the excitement is like zooming out, all out in Ghana, especially, and in the US and all other parts of Africa. When I love a book, and I think many people know me, when I love a book, I mistreat it. I think my love is that kind, is a mistreating love. I lie, but you know, when I love a book, I go back and forth and I love to just like be in it. I love this book. I can't even call it a little book. And so let me introduce you to the author, or should I say co-author of this incredible book of When I Grow Up. Over here it says When I Grow Up by Belinda Akyeampong Esq, but you know what? She is actually Belinda Akyeampong, who is the First Lady of MQF and an incredible woman with an incredible smile. Let me just read a little bit about her. We're just going to go off by the book because most people know her already. But, you know, let's do her some more justice. Belinda Akyeampong is an attorney in Washington, D.C., USA, born in April. I'm going to ask you why that was important to put there, you know? This Torian, oh, she just answered that question. Spent most of her childhood years in the West African country of Ghana. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in French from the University of Ghana, Legon, a Juris Doctorate from the University of South Dakota School of Law, and an LLM from the George Washington University Law School. Miss Lamte is a published poet and the author of Little Drops of Water, which was published in 2006, a children's book about nature. When she is not writing, you will find her in her kitchen cooking or baking, dare I add, dancing, because she's always on there on Sunday afternoons, you know, just dancing to music to your quality feet and just hosting people. I dare say she is an incredible hostess, a very, very calm-spirited, but I also know she's very adventurous, you know, in places around her life. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me. Let us do justice to this incredible, incredible woman who wrote this incredible book. Help me welcome the beautiful, the ever-smiling Mrs. Belinda. Can I say Ekow Fisho, Mrs. Hi.
Hi, Zoe. Good morning.
Good morning. It is so good to see you, finally.
It is good to see you, too. You had me up so early this morning.
I know. That's what we do over here. You know, in Africa, when you want to say good morning to someone, you go very early.
Bright and early. I guess the early bird catches the worm, right?
Yes, and we are always out here catching good worm. Really? Yeah. Wow. You know, I want us to dive right in. But before we do that, the chat room is blowing up so much. People want you to see them. They want to say hello to you. I see Francisca Ado is here. Good morning. Ama Osei B, she's saying good morning. Andy Masael, she's saying, I hope it's a he. And if it's not, I am sorry. But he or she, because the name could be unisex, is saying, hello, Belinda. Hey, Nalami, of course, says bonjour. Let's see who else is here. There is so many. Wow, you drew up the big guns today. Big brother Nana Redamo says, good morning. You know, books, comedy, and music will bring me out. Yes, I know. He is here. And just, before we move on, can I just say, we are actually sponsored by Book Nook store for the book, for the Author's Corner every last week of the month.
Book Nook is actually one of my favorite bookstores. So
yes. Woo! So listen, if you're in Ghana, any part of Africa, really any part in the world, do us a favor, jump on Book Nook right now, right this minute, and order this book. Okay, it's there. You cannot miss it. Just type in that search bar either the author's name or When I Grow Up, and you're gonna see it right there. Put it in your cart and then go a step further and just hit complete purchase, right? And then we can do this together. I guarantee you it's gonna come really, really, really fast. Let's see who is. I do not know what Uncle Ekow just says, but if Futu, you know what? We're not gonna go there. I have no.
Oh, and Zoe, I meant to say good morning back when I got here. I heard your good morning version in Ghana, and I wanted to say Inye Ojogba.
Oh, wow. See, I saw your last name and I said she is definitely Ghana.
Yes,
I mean, that's your maiden name, right?
Yeah, 100% gone from Osu.
Wow. So next time when I do come to your house, not next time, but for the first time when I come to your house, I'm going to have some kenke because I know you do it.
No worries. I have cake already. Anytime. Just say the word.
Yes, factor non-verbal. All right.
Non-verbal. Yes. Us.
My goodness. They are out here. They
That's
are out
the yellow and the brown. That's us.
Game. Yes. I cannot call him by his real name anymore. I love Kwabna Yesu. I think I'm just gonna
You're gonna keep that, right?
Yes, I'm just gonna keep that. All right, so let's jump into it, guys. So my first impressions of this book. First, I love the way it was designed. Most times, at least when I was growing up, remember the Lady Bird series. You didn't see people who looked like you, right? And then I see a little girl who looks like me. Shoot, she has curls just like me, okay? It should have just been purple hair, but we're not gonna go there. And I'm like, who designed this book? So I tried looking in the book, trying to find who designed it, and I kind of missed it. So let that be our first question. Who designed the cover of the book and, how it should look like and the easiness of its reading? Who designed this?
So when we finished the book, my mother-in-law and I wrote this book. I think we finished, I don't know how many years ago, a long time ago. We let it sit. For whatever reason, we just let it sit. And then 2 years ago, we lost her, and I felt so bad. I was miserable. I said, I don't know why I did not just go ahead and, get this book published before she passed. So at her funeral, I made a promise to her family, her kids, and everybody there that I was going to publish this in her honor, like in the next year or so, which I did. So I started to look for an illustrator, and somebody directed me to a website, and I went there and I just prayed and I picked one. She's in Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yes. So I contacted her and I told her about the book, and she said, just send me the manuscript. I sent it to her and I told her what I wanted. I wanted it to represent every kid in the world. Because I know Blacks, we are not, or the minorities, we are not always represented in some of these books. You read it and you don't think that it's written for you. So she did the first, photos and sent to me. And I said, no, the first one she brought to me, obviously, they had kids that do not look like us. I said, no, on the very first page, I need you to give me a boy and a girl. And I need my girl or the boy to have black hair, curly hair. I need other kids to pick this up and say that, oh, okay, I'm also represented here. So that's what we did. I think I annoyed her in the end. Because whilst I gave her 5-star for her work, she gave me 4.
No.
Because I had so many demands, I would send it back. I say, okay, we need to tweak this. This is good, but we need to tweak it.
Right.
And in the end, I was happy with what she delivered.
Wow.
So this is what we have. She's out in Afghanistan. She's
Mhm.
contracted, so I can't really say her name.
Wow.
If anybody's interested in using her, I'm always happy to pass on her information.
Yes, my goodness, she really did a great job. And I have to say, there's something to be said about technology that you would be in America, really any
Yes.
part in the world,
Yes.
and kind of interact with someone in the Middle East, in
Yes.
Russia,
Yes.
and still get this incredible work.
Yes, different time zones. So by the time I wake up in the morning, she's dropped the work, she's gone to bed. I review, I critique. By the time she wakes up, I'm asleep. That's what we did. Yeah, but she worked really fast. We had a month, and I think she finished in a week or 2. So that was,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she
This
was
is
on the job.
incredible.
Mhm.
And I feel like I know the website you are talking about. We're not going to mention it here because, unless there's some Ghanaians behind it or some Africans behind that website, we think we don't want to give them.
Yes, they don't really need that publicity. I think they have enough of their own.
They really do have enough, unless they want to pay us a little money. We're not doing anything.
Yeah, today we're just advertising Book Nook and
Yes,
store. Yeah.
yes,
That's what we're doing.
exactly. Yes. So speaking of Book Nook, guys, let us take a little break and hear from Book Nook, who is our sponsor, and Big Brother Nana Man. His advertising skills is incredible. He said, what did he put here? He says it is available from Book Nook for delivery, even in space. Okay.
There you go.
You can be on Mars, Pluto, Venus, he will deliver to you, okay? Yeah, so let us hear a little message from Book Nook, and then we'll be back and kind of delve into the real meat of the book. We'll be right back, guys. We'll be right back.
Very serious question. Our kids have often asked, how come I look so different from the people in the books I read? Their homes, their food, their celebrations feel so different. Parents, we should not discount these as mere kids' questions. They often struggle with their identities, and this is crucial for their development. Let's begin with exposure. Reading brings exposure and enlightenment, but not just reading. Reading materials that resonate with your identity. Reading books by our Ghanaian authors on our heritage, our culture, our occasions, our folklore, our history, our way of life. Reading about everything that there ever was. But more importantly, reading material that are written by us.
Man, I get so excited every time I see that.
Very lovely, lovely, lovely commercial.
Yes, yes, yes. So Belinda, tell me, first of all, we pay respect and homage to your mother-in-law. God bless her. I loved the way you put it in here. Oh, I believe the dedication you said to you, Charlotte Sally Akyeampong, my dearest mother, even if only in law. Oh my goodness. That just gave me a kick because you just played with words so beautifully here. May you continue to form young minds as you did your whole life through. How did this book come about with your mother-in-law? How did you decide to write this book together? Can you tell us a story there somehow?
Yeah, I can tell you. So I did my secondary and tertiary education in Ghana. I went to Holy Child, as you know, and then I went to Legon. I did French and history in Legon. French and history. I forget. So long ago, I forgot. French and history in Legon. And then I came to law school here. When I got to law school here, I think one of my first classes, I had a required course that, I needed to go to see the counselor. Okay. The career counseling office. And I was like, why I'm in law school, I'm now learning to be a lawyer. Why do I, need career counseling? Well, so I go and I realize I'm like 10 years late in doing career counseling, if not 20 years late in doing career counseling. So what they were doing is letting us all know that, okay, even if you go to law school and you become a lawyer, you don't need to go to court if you're not that type of person. There's so much you can do with your legal mind. Then I realized that, my goodness, I needed this information long ago. Okay. I went to elementary, I went to secondary, I went to university. I had never seen a career counselor. And then it dawned on me, oh my goodness, what are the kids in Ghana and around the world missing? Who are the people in careers that they are not excited about? And they only jumped into these careers because a parent says so. Because, at least where we come from, we tell the kids what to be. We have these very important boxes,
Yes.
what we consider the most honorable professions. And I'm sure at this point, I've done this interview and a few of them before. Everybody knows what those are. You have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be an engineer, you have to be an architect.
Yeah.
Done. If you want any parents' respect, or if you talk to any parent still today, I'm sure that's what they would want for their kids.
Yeah.
There are many more careers. There are careers that our kids today do not even know exist. Okay. And so I thought, I think it's imperative that I do a book to expose some and lay emphasis or bring importance and value to some of these professions that we don't value, like a driver. Okay, you sit in your car and your driver is driving you, your whole life is in their hands. And yet we look at them and treat them like, oh,
yeah,
like it's a very unimportant job, but it is important. So that's what we did. So I sat with my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law writes as well. We share the love of poetry and writing. So I told her, Mommy, this is what I want to do. This is my next book that I want to write. Because my first book I wrote about nature that I did alone. But she was a world of knowledge. God bless her soul. She was the world of knowledge. And I thought I could learn from her, and then whilst doing that, I can impart knowledge to the kids. So I told her, okay, this is what I want us to do. She's like, oh, I will Belinda Z. My mom-in-law has a great sense of humor, had a great sense of humor. She said, oh, so I pitched my idea to her and she loved it as well. So we started to do it. By then, I think when I pitched it to her, I had started to write a few of the professions. So I would write and send it to her in Ghana. She'll correct, she'll change words around. We'll have phone conversations. Oh, let's use this word. Oh, this word is too big a word for the kids. Let's change it. Let's draw this alliteration here. Let's do that there. And then it was good I added her too, because there were professions I had also forgotten, right? Not forgotten, but I hadn't thought about them, like a midwife. Like, oh, let's put in a midwife, because people still use midwives, so we did. And I think there are other professions that she insisted that we put it in there. And so we did that. And it was a joy. It was a joy to write to her. Some of my friends had to take the manuscript back and forth, to her. And because she wasn't one to sit behind a computer and do anything there, like send an email or whatever. So we did it the good old snail mail type of way.
Wow.
It worked out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible. For the audience, first of all, thank you for joining us again. If you haven't shared it yet, please share this show or program on your personal pages. Invite your friends to join us in this conversation. And for those of you who have the book, I want you to do something for me. Go into the book and put in the comment section which one is your favorite. Which one is your favorite career that was featured here? And kind of put some of the words that you kind of liked that either rhymed or there was poetry, or what I mean. Can you do that for me? For those of you who have the book, I know you all have the book, right? Kwabna Yesu, where are you? I know you have the book. I'm picking on him today. Let us move on to the next question. And I see Uncle Fisho is being Uncle Fisho in the background, right?
The call started to go off, so he's like, okay, I need to turn the sound off.
So here's a question for you, Belinda. Would you write a book with your children? And if so, what would you write about? But before you even answer that question, I want to read my favorite that you wrote about, okay? That I never really thought about, or most people never really think about. Athlete. I never know how to say that word. Mother calls me long legs, big feet. That just floored me. I was thinking about my brother and everything. Long
And
legs.
if I recall correctly, I think my mother-in-law did athlete. I probably
Wow.
just did the last line of athlete, but I think she did. Yeah, she had
Oh,
the long legs, big feet. Yeah.
I love it. And she says, long legs and feet most athletes have. When I grow up, I will be a professional athlete. Playing ball, sprinting, swimming, gymnastics, all I do love.
Yeah.
Wow. You
Yeah.
know, as Africans, we never grow up thinking that
Yeah.
being an athlete is something that you can actually do as a profession.
Yes.
So I love that you put it here. And just a couple of days ago, we saw this Nigerian woman sprinting,
Sprinting.
running to break world records, not one, but two.
Yeah.
And in one of her BBC interviews, she actually says her father threw out her running shoes
Wow.
because
Yeah.
her father didn't want her to be an athlete, because he's probably thinking, what kind of career are you going to have out of that?
We
know?
we need to send the father this book.
You know, that would be a great project.
Yes.
Find
Yes. 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 Yes.
Wow, wow. So the question that I had for you is, would you do this again, and would you do it with your children?
I
And
think
so what?
so my children, it's interesting you say that. My first one is a great writer, great writer. So I have thought about and I actually depicted her. I think I depicted her on my first book. I don't know if you can see, that's her. That's a baby.
Oh, wow, little drops of water.
Yeah, that's her
You're
as
gonna
a baby.
come back so we can talk about that another time.
So
Wow.
so yes, I have thought about it. I've laid in bed at night and thinking, okay, of all the kids, who's the writer? My second one, no, not the second one.
Is the second one an athlete or something?
No, well, yeah, she's into sports now, but she's not one. She'll tell you her least favorite subject in school is English language. So no, I'm not writing with her.
Wow.
But the first one, yes, I think we will. And if we do, I've always toyed with the idea of, going back and revisiting, when we're kids. I remember my dad bought us this book, Courtesy for Boys and Girls.
Yes. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if those books still exist or if any parent is letting their kids read that. But if I did, I think that would be one thing that I would like to. I'll hide behind her and write a book like that, and because these kids, they do things wrong. They eat well. I take my boy to the restaurant sometimes and I want to hide my face because
Oh.
he's holding that fork like he's about to kill somebody. So yes, it will be an interesting thing to do. And by all means, I would be up for it any day.
Wow. The other thing I saw here that really fascinated me, and I'm trying to find it, why I didn't bookmark it, I do not know, because I always do that, is, oh, where are you? This is crazy. There's so many of them. Where is it? Clergy. Let's talk a little bit about clergy.
Oh, clergy.
And also, guys, if you have questions, we're going to throw it open, right? Because, Belinda is coming from the MQF quarters. And I think I always pull a stunt like that on them. I did it to Jeeeesos, and I'm looking forward to again to Uncle Fisho when he next visits us. But if you have a question for Belinda that you've always wanted to ask, but kind of sort of haven't had a chance to, today is your chance. Okay, go ahead and ask her that question. We're gonna pull it up. And producer Elsie says he's walking around Buga style, boasting about his daughter at the world championship.
Yes, we always do.
I love it. You guys are incredible. Juliet, you are welcome. I see you have won the battle of greatness. We love you. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, so the clergy, right? Sunday school is so much fun. Bible stories we are told by our pastor, stories about God the Father and Jesus his son. Pastor, tell me more about the Lord and Master. And as I read it, I was like, I've never thought about pastoring as a career. I have never thought about it because, especially in the African community, we all, at least I grew up thinking it has to be a calling of some sort. You hear like the Holy Spirit say, my son or my daughter, I have called you to be a preacher or something like that. So how did you decide, or why did you decide to have, clergy as part of a career,
So maybe around these parts, clergy, they have a day job and then they do this on Sunday and then they go to work.
Yes.
But in Africa, clergy is a full-time job for a lot of these pastors.
Yes.
It makes them more money than any 9-to-5 will ever do.
Tell me about
it. They can't even lie about the fact that it is their job. Some will really tell you, this is what I do full-time. I remember a conversation with one Ghanaian pastor who had just moved to America, and I'm talking to him and I'm asking him, what do you do? He said, I pastor full-time. And I said, how do you eat? He said, the Lord will lead people to bring me food. So I felt comfortable in saying that a pastor is a full-time job. They keep people in church from morning till night every Sunday. Monday, they will do prayer meeting. Tuesday, they'll do Bible study. They have something to do every day. It is their full-time job. And so, yes, if a kid thinks that they want to go at this full-time, it's okay too.
Wow, yes, and that's true. And when I was growing up, at least when we were growing up, I didn't really know about the seminary and theology school and stuff like that, where people go to get trained to become clergy.
Yeah.
But now we know that actually right up here in Nyack, there's a Nyack Theologian Seminary.
Yes, and they do this, all of this, they do all these Catholic priests, they do it full time.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So thank you for putting that there. That one was a very striking one. I was like, yeah.
I thought your question on that page was going to be different. I thought you were going to ask me the color of Jesus Christ on the cross.
I'm not going to lie. When I looked here, I saw a couple of faces, and then I don't know if people can see, but there was like one person that looked a little bit like me, right? Mm-hmm. And so my brain went there a little bit. Mm-hmm. And being a Pan-Africanist as I am, I'm like, why is there only one black dude over there? Mm-hmm. And first of all, why did she use only the choir? But then I saw Jesus in the background, and he's kind of looking a little bit like me, right? Mm-hmm. So
and the Jesus, the initial draft that I got, Jesus was white, and that was one of the fights that we had. I'm like, no, Jesus is Mediterranean, and I need you to make him Mediterranean. I need you to darken him up.
Wow.
And she's like, really? Oh, okay, if you say so. I'm like, yes, I'm
From
paying
that extent, no.
I am paying you, and I'm saying so. So yes, so that I get that. And so Jesus has that black beard, so Jesus is not white at all. Jesus is Mediterranean.
Wow. Yeah, I did think about it. I just never thought to put it in the questions because, well, first of all, that's going to just make us have a conversation that most people don't want to have, isn't it?
But that's a conversation I love to have all day.
Because, some of us Africans, we grew up, and I'm always saying it, the Sacred Heart, where, it's that guy, the long silky hair guy with the two hearts and the bleeding heart. And that's who we equate Jesus to be.
That's what we thought Jesus was supposed to be.
And so, no, really, thank you for actually doing it this way. And now I get why you actually used the choir to depict the clergy and not a man at a pulpit or a woman at a pulpit to depict it, because you actually get to see an array
exactly
of people.
Exactly. I'm trying to depict different races here, so hopefully that came through. We have different hair colors,
yes,
hairstyles, and some biracials in there, and
yeah, I think the guy in the background is definitely biracial.
Yes. And the one to the left could also be biracial with
that's true.
And the dark hair. Yes.
Wow.
And then
I love this little
ginger hair in there, and yes, so
wow. Big brother, can you answer me this question? That is Nanara Damar, because I know you're watching. Can you ship to Geneva, Switzerland? Because I think that there's a lot of young people there that I would like to ship this book to. So can you put that in the comment section for me? And we have a question here from producer Elsie. She says, "Are you planning for a few more volumes of When I Grow Up?"
I've gotten that request and I'm considering it. That will be for older kids. The request that I actually got was to do one for the teenagers, because we have too many kids today who go into their first year of college and they have no idea what they want to do. They have missed that whole career counseling their whole life through.
Yes.
They get there and they are undecided. Too many of them are undecided. Luckily for me, I never had that problem. I was very young yet when I decided I wanted to be a lawyer, and I kept at it. Even I could have benefited from a book like this. Who knows? I could have been a better doctor than I am a lawyer, never mind that I get squeamish at blood and all of that, but who knows? I could have done something in the medical field. So I also boxed myself in. I'm happy to say my parents didn't box me in. I boxed myself in, and that's okay. And so I'm considering doing one for the teenagers. It would require more research. Today we have so many careers and so many courses that you do today will lead you to so many, roads. So yes, I'll be happy to do that. It might take longer to get it out because of all the research that is involved, but yes, it's surely under consideration.
Wow. And I'm so glad that she asked this question, because I'm sitting here thinking, there is nothing. I did a Greek science. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
In senior secondary school, no one told me, no one asked me, why are you doing a Greek science and all of that. I really just picked it or said, okay, sure, because I really wanted to go to Fancyman Girls. That was the only opening. I should have done, I should have done general arts, because I was, instead of reading animal husbandry or whatever it is I did, I was busy with the general arts students. We're doing Shakespeare and stuff all the time. I failed colossally.
Yeah. And that's not your fault. If there was somebody there to kind of guide you along, then you would have said, oh, yeah, maybe this would be a better fit for me.
Yes, and
so
I could have just
find
gone
this
to
more
another
interesting.
school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. And also now, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say a lot of people are pigeonholed that way, and so they are in professions today that they do not like at all.
Wow.
And they're miserable. And some find the courage to break out and look for a new career, even if they are 40, 50. Nobody says you can't keep looking for a career. You can. So I actually encourage everyone to, whilst reading to your children, to learn a thing or two as well. It's never too late to move to the career that you're most passionate about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And these days, I think I was having a discussion with producer Elsie, I think sometime yesterday, and we're talking a little bit, and I was saying, the career choices now are many and varied. There's content creators, there's storytellers, there is, so the careers are so many: social media managers, project managers. And back in the day, we had project managers, but we probably just thought, oh, they're all businessmen.
Yes, or we call them computer scientists or something like that. But yes, but right now it's been broken up into several very different labels. So
that is,
there's always something you can do.
That is incredible. And I'm so glad that you're thinking about the teenage version of it. And maybe even think, I would suggest you probably even think about, for those who are already into their careers and want and realize, man, I
want to move over. Yes.
Move over.
Yeah.
So I want to do something else. I was pushed to think I was a journalist first, because they thought, well, you write well, go and be journalist. And then one of my teachers, thank God for him, said, you're a terrible journalist. And I'm so glad.
Awful.
But at least they pointed me in the right direction, right? You're a terrible journalist. You can't write for print to save your life. Said, go to film school because you're going to be very bad.
Wow.
Thank God I went to film school and said, wow, I really do like
belong here.
Yes, this is, which was by a stroke of luck. you know. But so talking about career counseling is very, very important. And which brings me to the next question. How do you suggest a parent discuss with a child who says, I don't know what to become in the future? Before you answer that, who is it that gave us an angry face? Who is that?
Somebody gave you an angry face?
In the someone, you know,
Maybe they don't like me much. That's okay
no,
too.
or maybe they don't like that we mentioned Jesus a couple of times. Whoever you are, shame on you. But yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, as parents, it's very challenging. Of course, as every parent knows, raising a kid and trying to tell them. Sometimes we think we know what's best for them, but I like this generation because they'll give you pushback. They'll tell you it's not your life, it's mine. So then you're quickly reminded that, okay, I'm here to guide them, not to tell them what to do. Of course, sometimes when it's completely foolish what they're trying to do, then you lay down the law and say, okay, well, then my money is not going to help you do whatever it is that you want to do. But if you have a kid that does not know what to do, of course, keep bringing up the suggestions. Keep telling them about professions. You know, find out, everybody knows their kid's strength. So you know your kid has more of an inkling to science. Okay, bring up things that they can do with science. If they are good with their hands, bring up things that they can do with their hands, like cook, bake, whatever it is that you can use your hands to do. If they're good with English language or whatever language that you speak, if they're strong in reading and writing, then you bring up other careers too. You say, oh, you can do this, you can write a book, you can do that. But don't stop bringing different careers to their attention. They do not know about some of these careers, and it behoves of us to bring the careers to their attention. And when all else fail, they can create their own careers. That is why the last page of this book, and I'm happy to say, if you go to that page,
Yes.
I wish I could claim the credit for this last page, businessman.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Really?
Yes, my illustrator, after she started to illustrate, we were near done. And she emailed me and she said, ma'am, you didn't, because I guess in her part of the world, maybe businessman is huge. And she doesn't understand why that's not there.
Wow.
So when we were done, she said, you didn't have a page for businessman. And I was like, you are right. So then I had to go to work on that last page. And I remember I had a deadline at work and I was working and I was like, I have to do this page. I have to do this page. And I took a day or two, wrote it, put it down, came back, changed a few words, and I sent it to her and she loved it. She's like, I'm going to make that the last page. So yes, she came up with businessman. So if your kid does not know what to go do, they still don't have to sit idly by. Okay, they can provide a service, they can do buying and selling, they can still earn a wage from just doing that.
Can you read that section? Yes.
So businessman, I have to get my 50-year-old glasses on.
Oh, can you believe that, guy? She's claiming she's 50. Right.
Okay. So businessman, I have no idea what to do when I grow up, but I just won't sit idly by. A businessman, perhaps, and why not? Offer products and services that my customers can buy, earn a decent wage by giving it all I have got.
Come on. You know, that made me feel so good when I read it, because I'm not going to lie, I think it took me till about when I was 35, when I finally woke up and, you know, it hit me like, you are not everything everyone said you are.
Yep.
You know, thankfully, I'm not a business person either. I can't sell for nothing.
No, but seriously though, think about the women at Makola Market.
Yes.
Or any other market.
Yes.
These people are businessmen and women.
Yes.
They will sell you anything.
Oh my God.
and to be honest, they are richer than all of us.
They really are. So we have a funny story in my house. My mom was a businesswoman because she did this stuff, you know, just buying for a buck, selling for two,
yes,
like that.
But my grandmother was a serious Makola Market woman.
But let me tell you, she had so much money.
Yes.
You don't realize just how much it adds up.
Yes, they open their purses, you will run away. Okay? The money may have a smell to it and maybe in little notes, but by the time they finish counting it, it's a whole lot of money. So
My
even if your
goodness.
kid does not know what to do, there's always something they can do.
Wow.
Like I tell my kids, whatever you decide to do it well. When we're young, our father will always tell us, even if you are street sweeping the streets,
Sweet.
sweep it so well. Whatever you do, if you do it well, you will excel. It doesn't have to be a way to become a medical doctor or to become a lawyer or to get the respect that you deserve. If you do whatever you do well, you will be invited to sit at the table. Yes, you
That's
will
true.
be. Yeah.
Wow. And that just gave me a thought. We don't realize that lawyers and doctors and architects, the thing that really makes them seem so high is a spirit of consistency.
And the hard work.
Yes, they
And the
just
hard
kept
work.
showing up and they kept doing what they were told to do consistently all the time. So by
Yeah.
the seventh year,
Yes, you're perfect. Almost perfect.
yes. And so we start stuff, and then in a year in, we get tired.
And then you drop off and you move to something else. And then you drop off and you, yes.
And then don't do it well. But there is someone here who has an interesting question for you. His name is Ekow Fisho. Let's see what his question is. He said, "You have plans to publish the French version of this book. How far away are we?" I like the way he put "we" there from that edition.
So the French is all done. It's
Wow.
all translated. I'm having it reviewed currently. And once it passes review, then it will go to the printers.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That
So
is
that
incredible.
yes, I'm excited about that. And the Spanish version, I have it all ready to go. I'm waiting on my translator to just get to work. I need to light some fire under her
Yes,
and put her to work.
you have this calm spirit, but I'm really willing to bet that when you put fire on the people, and I think maybe Uncle Fisho should give us
Yes, you can ask Uncle Fisho, you can ask Kwabena Yesu, you can ask Nala Miyoko. Yes, when I put fire under you, that fire is not going
play.
no.
But congratulations on that. That's incredible. Listen, we don't speak French here. Actually, no, we do, because our producer speaks impeccable French. So, hey, when you're ready to launch, we're here. You know what I mean? Let's launch
Okay.
it together. This is what
Is your producer in the studio?
say that again.
Is your producer in the studio right now?
Actually, you know my producer. That's Elsie Dixon. She's right
Elsie.
there. She's in
Elsie,
Canada.
comment
And
She's in Canada, right?
she's in Canada and she speaks impeccable French.
Impeccable French.
Right.
Elsie, before I leave the jour.
Oh, whoa. Okay. You just lost all of us right now.
I'm sure she'll respond in the text.
So tell me, which one was your favorite to write? Actually, now I have so many questions. I see you wrote this in poetry form.
Yes.
How did you arrive there and why? Did you
Well, like I previously told you, my mother and I both love poetry. We write poems.
Yes.
I actually have enough poems to maybe even do a little anthology of poems.
Wow.
But yeah, it's somewhere. It's all over my computer or in books, or and every now and again I'm looking for an old file and I'll find a poem. I've written poems for people. If you're one of them, please send me back my poem.
I love it.
But yeah, so we wanted to make it fun for the kids whilst they're reading, they're getting to rhyme and they're getting to learn words. So we did some play on words as well. That's why you find that we try to do the rhyming, simple rhyming, some A, B, some ABB, A, and that type of thing. You asked which was my favorite to write.
Yes.
I think my favorite to write was the pilot.
Really?
One of my favorites to write was the
Okay.
pilot.
Can you read that for us?
Okay.
And then tell us why.
The pilot. My dad and I flew from France again. Mid-air, the air hostess took me to the cockpit. I watched with glee as the pilot propelled the plane. Wow, I will fly a plane when I'm big and fit. So when we write, and as most writers know, you almost have this imagery, okay, as you write. So I'm seeing this little girl who's giddy. We don't have a lot of girl pilots. So in this particular poem, we're seeing a little girl who's in the cockpit and looking around with big eyes and excited and curious. And I had them fly from France because France is one of my favorite countries. I did a year abroad there and I love it.
Wow.
And so then we play on those words, flew from France.
Mhm.
And we have this girl, you can see it's a black girl with big eyes.
Yes.
And it's funny because this one I didn't even have to say anything to the illustrator.
Wow.
She just nailed it one time. She sent it to me. I saw the girl with the big eyes, and all I told her was that the pilot is a girl.
Mhm.
And she rightly gave her the curly hair, and so yes, I love that. What else did I love? I love all of it actually.
Well, yeah. That is so incredible. Like,
I
and
love the teacher. I love the teacher too.
yes, man, girl, that teacher was hot. I'm sorry.
And she's fly. You see her with
I
her
know,
with
with
her
that,
hair.
yes, and
I
them
love
high heels.
Yes, I love the teacher because I always have a soft spot for teachers. They work so hard. They
Yes.
teach all of us.
Mhm.
We come and we bypass them and we are making all this type of big monies and they still are not getting compensated as much as they deserve.
Mm.
And I'm always annoyed when they say, "Oh, a teacher's reward is in heaven." Like who needs money up in
Or like a nurse, like,
Yeah, give them the money today.
yes.
So it was only appropriate that the teacher was the first person because the teacher is the one who's going to teach you to even be able to begin to read any of these words that we put on paper. So I loved the teacher. A lot of thought went into teacher, make it as simple as ABC. So those were the first words on that one.
Yeah.
Um,
This is incredible. There's a whole conversation going on here, but hint, hint, Uncle Fisho, it looks like you're going to France maybe a year or two from now, because that's her favorite
is
country
he is
ever.
he is he flying me to France?
Well,
Mm,
that's why I said hint, hint, Uncle Fisho. Maybe that would be the next surprise.
And let me tell you what my least favorite one was to write, the lawyer.
But you are a lawyer.
I am a lawyer, and here's why. The kids will always ask me, "Mommy, what do you do at work?" And I always had a hard time explaining to them what I read at work, what I did at work. So I'll just tell them I read a lot. I go before the judge and I say a few words. And this is when they were younger, So when I started to put it into words, I'm like, okay, now there's no way to just kind of downplay what you do. You really, and I can't whitewash it either. I have to really make it meaningful so that when a kid reads it, they know what a lawyer does. And it was hard because I was being drawn to use all these words to describe the lawyer.
And I like the way you started it, though.
And my mother-in-law will say, no, where no sododo? Right?
Oh,
Yes, somewhere. So yes, that took a little bit of tweaking, even whilst we were trying so hard to rhyme
mhm.
the last words on each line. But yes, I think that we ended up depicting or describing clearly what a lawyer does.
Yes, and she
Which
did
is
an
which is
incredible job.
yes,
I don't
which
know if you can
when all is said and done is to defend someone's right.
yes, yes.
So
And I liked the courtroom depiction,
yes,
um,
yes,
and this incredible black kid, it looked like,
yes.
like going like, I am here to defend somebody.
Yeah. So in this case, I think it would have gone without saying that, oh, the lawyer is a lady because of me, but no, I made the judge the lady. We're the bosses, and the
Right.
little lawyer is a guy.
Oh my God, you're starting something here that, you know what? But I would love to read this part. It says, a lawyer is a person who has studied the law of the land and will help to protect your legal rights. When I grow up, I will study the law and lend a hand. I will speak for you in case of fights. The rhyming is top notch. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's simple. It is just very clear. You just
I don't
know.
expect less from my mother-in-law.
Let me tell you, we could just sit here and kind of read through it. It's that simple, guys. It is not a lot. And kudos to you for keeping it. Like, you just had like 4 lines each.
Yes.
That
Yes,
must have been really hard to try to do.
yes, because the kids, their attention span is little. Anything beyond that, they don't care. 4 lines is all they need to get it. So you have to be concise. Put everything you're trying to say in these 4 lines.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
and that's what we try to do.
And I think someone is teasing you now. Flew from France as Samo.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Did you take a look at what was it? The musician?
I did, and I'm gonna go there because I was definitely gonna go to the actor, the playwright, and the musician. But before that, I wanted to talk a little bit about the soldier, because I got a little kick out of here. And let me read that. Who will defend our country in times of danger? I don't remember ever growing up and thinking of a soldier as that. I don't know what I thought who a soldier was. Really, I never really knew. I just knew they walked around and they carried guns, but I didn't know what their purpose was, except they were different from the police.
And you know why? Because where you grew up, the soldier was, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. Go on.
We're going to not go there, huh?
Yeah, we'll not go there. But yes, this is the real reason why we are supposed to have soldiers, not to terrify the citizens of the land.
Yes. So I never thought about soldiers in this way. Daddy goes to war and fights in battles, protecting people, for he is a brave soldier. And like my dad, I will fight and conquer all Vandals. That was the part I said, yeah, we're at the Vikings, Vandals.
The Vandals. Well, the Commonwealth boys did not take kindly to that. They're like, Vandals. Wait, what? Who said Vandals? I meant real Vandals, not make-believe Vandals.
That is so hilarious. Exactly. Wow, there's a whole different conversation going on here. Yeah. Guys, what are we talking about? I just saw, I think the Nigerian British stand-up comedian has a piece about that.
Oh, maybe about the soldiers and what their real purpose in life is.
That is a whole conversation, right? Defending rights. I like that. Good choice of words. I think Thandi, hi Thandi, our sister from Zimbabwe by way of England, is actually talking about the lawyer part. Thandi, go on BookNook and find this book. I know you like to teach. You're actually a teacher of some sort, I believe. So you definitely want to get this book and give it.
Yes, for sure. She would want to get this book for her kids. Yes.
I know it's not difficult at all. You will get it in 3 days flat through DHL. But you can also go on BookNook. I mean, on Amazon and definitely leave a review there on Amazon. Yeah. I looked up some of the reviews, and yes, it's all 5 stars, guys. 5 stars on Amazon. All the reviews are incredible. So there is that. So let's go to, oh man, I have really, really mismanaged this book because I love it. It's just love. I'm sorry. I love the nurse part and the fact that you put, can I read it?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Last I fell and hurt my head. This is how I read it, though. I was bobbing my head the whole time as I read it. So I'm going to do that as I'm here. Last I fell and hurt my head. Papa rushed out for Nurse Nightingale. Quickly she came and nursed me in bed, till again I was whole and hale. Wow, first of all, what the who is a hale?
Hearty and hale, you're healthy.
Again. Wow. See, this is bruffle. Yeah. I intentionally didn't look it up because then I would have gone to Google. I said, nope, I'm
healthy.
Ask her.
And hale. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And the authors were applying her poetic skill using the quatrain to depict her rhythmic pattern. Well done to my sister and mommy. Chai.
Yep.
All right. I know you wanted to tell me something about musicians. So someone said I should not say musician. I should say musician because I say music.
No, I was pointing out the musician is because I think the musician is most of the musicians will tell you that they were the ones who got a lot of slap or pain from their family.
Yes.
Because they were they were not being acknowledged as real musicians. And
Yeah.
from our culture, it's cultural. Like other people are going to school to be doctors and lawyers, and you want to do what? And then they think, okay, once you become a musician, obviously you're going to do weed and you're going to do drugs and you're going to do this and you're going to do that.
Especially if you have the little cute
Yeah,
right?
He just had to look the part. He's playing some reggae over there, I'm sure.
I know.
So I put that in there in the hopes that parents will look at that and say, okay, it's acknowledged, it's respectable enough, and it's okay if my kid wants to be a musician.
Wow.
There's this guy that I love in Ghana. He's called Nilante Blankson, Dr. Blankson. His father was actually my doctor growing up, and he's a medical doctor by day and a musician by night.
Come on.
And I have never talked to him, but I'm sure he went to medical school for his father.
Yes.
But who he really is a musician. So guess what he did? He's so smart that he did both. And I think that's also admirable. So parents, if you feel like you can't go off you can't let go of the medical dream for your kids, by all means, they are allowed to marry the two things that they love.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that guy, what's his name? Dr. Patrick Adakwe.
Okay.
He has this, he should really be a classical musician.
Oh, yes. I know that guy.
Yes.
I know that guy. Yes.
How is he a doctor?
Things and like my husband. Okay. He's a professor and a DJ.
And he should really not be a professor. Because I was saying the other day, I'm telling you, if I was in Uncle Ekow Fisho's class, I mean, I'm imagining, is he DJing and teaching them like communication?
I'm telling you, those kids fight to go to only his class. There are other professors in the school, but his class is always full, and they're begging him to open it up. And I tell him, if I were to go to school now, really, I want to be in your class, because I don't know. When he was teaching from home during quarantine, right? We're all sitting here, and then he gets up and grabs his computer to go to class, and he has some music playing in the background over Christmas. He has this, I don't know what website he uses, but there's this fireplace that's lit, and he's playing Christmas carols, and he's walking in class, and the kids are all sitting there and like lolling. And I'm like, really? Yeah, these other professors to do this for us, So yes, you can marry both. We say all this to say, there's this guy, and I think Morgan Stanley, or Goldman Sachs. He's like a C-suite guy. He's an executive, and he's a DJ.
Yes.
I think it's beautiful.
Wow.
So if our kids can do both, if we can let go of that very important profession that we have picked out for them, we can at least encourage them to do both.
Wow.
That's also a possibility.
Yes, and also I think it's even high time we got out of there. Don't just put yourself in that little box and say, I am only, I feel like you would be a great hostess. Hostessing can be a job.
Look at that. And others tell me I can be a good psychologist. So yeah, I think I can take that out.
Let me grab your number and start calling you.
In my office, people have problems. They come to me and they say, you know what, if this law thing is not working out, by all means, I'd like to come and sit on your couch and, get some advice or two. So yes, it doesn't have to be that one thing and one thing only.
Yes. And, go out and carve your own. I knew I didn't want to be a traditional filmmaker, even though I went to film school. It took a long time, but the moment storyteller hit, I said, you know what?
This is
I'll
it for me.
carve my own path.
Yes.
What says you cannot be a storyteller as a profession?
Yes, you can.
There is nothing that says that, guys.
No,
so
nothing that says that. And if you do it well, like we're saying, then you're going to get the recognition you deserve.
Like you're here now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're having the big guns here.
And I'm having a great time. Yes. I'm here now. Yes.
Oh my God. The other part that really got me, guys, imagine that. Politicians. Really?
Yes.
That's a job.
That is a job. Zoe, you and I know that's a job, right?
That is a big job.
It's a big paying job in some parts of the world. You go in broke, you come out with houses, okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
So Dusty says, Dr. Nilante is my friend. We grew up on the same road, and his
And he
detested
detested
med
medical
school. Oh, and
school.
he detested med school, but his dad made him take the exams until so many times until he got in. Wow. Initially, he couldn't be bothered, but I am sure he is
Thankful
thankful
to his
to
dad.
his dad today.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that. And
Yes.
this is so true.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So he's doing
Wow.
both. He's doing
Wow.
both very well. That was my doctor growing up. He took care of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? Uncle Fisho put it right there. You guys are just in sync like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought you would love the astronaut. Uncle Fisho, can I ask you which one is your favorite? And can you put it in there? Guys, I really do want to hear from you. Thandi says, great lesson, tapping into all the wealth God has graciously packaged on the inside of us. Thank you for inspiring us individually and as parents. Yes, I love a holistic approach to all of life and our faith. And I believe this is what this book is. Thank you for saying that. It is a holistic approach. It is you saying, you know, you just blew the top. One of the first ones you really talked about that really got me was the farmer.
Mm-hmm.
We never thought about that, right?
Yes, the farmer. Yep.
Wow. Let me see. I think is Uncle Fisho there by you? Let's do something.
No, he left. He's driving. I think he's on the road.
He
going to
would have
work.
come to read the farmer. I feel like he would have read it well. But how about you read the farmer for us?
Okay, I can read that. Farmer. One day I will live on a farm. To be fun, to drive a tractor and plow the field. I will grow vegetables and fruits and attend to animals in the barn. You can come pick some fruits, even have fun in the hay field.
And look at that little cute pony. Man, horses are my favorite animals in the world. So
No, mine too. And lions. Only yesterday, yesterday I was telling my husband, those are the two most majestic animals God created.
yes.
Horses and lions. Yes.
And eagles. I like those three.
Yes, eagles.
Horses, lions, and eagles. I'm like,
Very
man,
majestic.
wow. And you know, guys, lately, you know, you see it on social media where even I think John DeMello did that. He's one of Ghana's actors, for those of you who don't know. And I don't know if he moved or he decided to just purchase a farm somewhere, but he's farming and it's all over social media as though it was a new phenomenon. Like, oh, he's an actor. Oh my God, look, he's farming. Farming, I do believe, is one of the most noble professions.
Yes.
In America, farmers are like the backbone of the entire economy, right?
And it's not just America, in every country. But this is why some of these countries, we can't get our economies, you know, to stand strong. Because I know there was a time in Ghana where a lot of the farmers were gone. They had all come to the capital to look for greener pastures. And that's not to blame them too. They had their own challenges where they couldn't transport their food from the farm to the consumer, or it was rotting because the transportation was not good enough. So it became like an uncool thing. It wasn't fetching them enough money. And then I see that in like the last 5 to 10 years, the trend is that all these educated gentlemen have gone back to farming.
Yes.
My own brother-in-law is farming. Now I don't even know what he farms. I think my husband was saying, oh, William is now doing like mangoes or something like that. Yes, he has a rabbit farm. So these people have gone to school. They're professionals, okay? And they're still farming. So I'm not surprised that John DeMello has joined the trend. A lot of them have quit their jobs. One other guy that I know, he was working, I think, with Microsoft. Microsoft sent him back to Ghana. He stopped. He's doing farming full time.
That is incredible.
Yes. So farming is still a very lucrative way to earn a living. Yes.
Thank you for saying that. And so for those of you who are watching with your kids, I hope you're watching with your kids. That's first. And so if you're watching with your kids, farming is really, really cool.
Yes.
Okay. It's a lot of hard work, but when you go to bed, you know you did something good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's so many other types of farming, like, you know, and I love that you put it here. Oh, I moved on from there because I wanted to talk a little bit about the chef before we signed off. But you did say, I will grow vegetables and fruits and attend to animals in the barn. Poultry farming is so cool. Okay. You can come pick some fruits, even have fun in the hayfield. That's the cool part, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
But Uncle Fisho says, my favorite is chef. I love food. Yeah,
Right.
But can you read the chef part for us, please?
Let me find it quickly.
Yes.
All right. I often dream of preparing delicious dishes. Make menus of rice, chicken, or fish, veggies too. Select quality ingredients, cook for parties or whatever one wishes. I will make fajitas, fettuccine, fritas, even fondue.
Ooh, I was missing the banku and the.
Yes, I know you were.
What happened there? Where
I
is
know
the
you,
banku?
I know you were. But when I wrote chef, I was thinking of my kids.
Mm,
So I'm trying to represent countries,
mm,
different cultures.
mm.
So this I was doing it for my household. Okay, so I will eat banku because my husband is eating banku. But will I go to a table and dish banku for myself? No, not really.
Really?
I don't have a strong arm to make banku, so I don't make banku. The banku he eats is made by my sister or my mother.
Wow.
So of course my kids are not, they don't like banku. They'll eat kinky, but not banku.
Mm.
So I did the fajitas, which is Hispanic. I did fettuccine, which Fisho loves, which is Italian. I did the fritas, which is representative of the English, and
Mm.
then I did fondue, which is representative of the French. So yes, I'm surely missing Ghana in here. But by all means, you could take out all these words and put in your banku and
I know, right? But then also, I love that you're going to be doing a teenage version and all kinds of other types, and you can represent some of them in different
I
forms.
can definitely represent some of these things and throw in the Ghanaian dishes. But
And the last thing I think we would talk about, and by the way, guys, there's so many here, but so let me mention a few that we didn't talk about. There's firefighter, there's astronaut, of course, there is accountant, midwife, pharmacist, veterinarian. I never can say that word. There is ophthalmologist, doctor, dentist, police officer, beautician. Yes, my goodness, beautician. There is computer scientist, actor, playwright. There's just so many of them in here that we didn't get to talk about. You definitely have to get the book, and especially so you can read it to your own kids. You know, when they're like at that age where you can read to them. I think this is a great book to add to bedtime reading. The last thing I think we should talk about is the homemaker. I thought that was so beautiful that you put that there and made that a career choice. Most people think that, especially when we were growing up, it's as though something must have happened in your life and then you decide to be a homemaker, and that you don't actually grow up wanting to be a homemaker. My mother was a homemaker, but she made more money than
Mhm, mhm. My
so.
mother, my
Yeah.
mother was a homemaker too. So homemaker is one of those things that is not valued as much as it should be. It's a lot of work.
Mm.
It's a lot of work waking up in the morning and just working in the house,
Yes.
doing chores, cooking, cleaning, and
Yes.
starting all over again, the next morning. But
Wow.
then everybody treats it like, oh, they're just at home, or it's not a big deal. That yes, of course they are not on a schedule.
Wow.
And so if the laundry is not done, nobody will kill them. But imagine if they did not cook or clean in one day.
Yeah.
The mess that we will have at the end of a week,
Mm.
right? So I felt like I needed to shine light on homemaking,
Wow.
to give them, some some thoughts and some knowledge that we see them and we recognize them.
Mhm.
Those of us who work are by no means, you know, undervaluing what they are giving to the community.
Yes.
And honestly, those who stay home, their kids are probably more well balanced and well formed than some of these other kids out there. So that's why I had to put that in there.
Wow.
There's a lot to do around the house, and they do it. They do it. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for really putting that there. And I think I want to read it. When I grow up, I want to stay home and make a home. I think that was the powerful statement there, that it was a choice. I want to stay home and make a home. You know, they make it feel like, or make you feel like, why don't you have any desire
to go out and
go out there and do? There's some people who want to stay home and make a home, and that is a choice. It's a powerful choice if you're so inclined to wash, to cook, and clean full time, and with the kids around the garden roam. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. Bubbling with life without wasting a dime. That part though, I was like, wasting a dime? Yo, that's a lot of money being.
Well, but you don't. So, but think about it though. Generally, if you stay home, you stay out of trouble. You don't see anything. You don't buy anything, right? So that's what that's going for. It doesn't mean they don't spend any money, but they don't spend as much as if they had to leave the house in the morning, put gas in your car, go and sit in an office and work for somebody, or even if you're working for yourself. So yes, it's not one way you have to spend too much, except for when you're buying food for your family.
That's true. That's true. Thank you so much for doing this. And honestly, I'm not trying to start any gender wars here, but if there's a woman out there who is a homemaker by choice, and especially when they're married, men, it's okay to support them. That's a job that you could not pull off in 100 years. I'm sorry to say. You can learn how to clean all you want. It's not just going to be the same. So,
and we should say same for the men who stay at home.
Yes,
These
and the
days
men
we have a
who
lot
stay
of
at
men
home.
who stay home.
You are speaking like a good
choice.
lawyer.
Yes. So yes, more power to all of them.
Yes, equal opportunity right here.
Yeah.
Juliet, thank you. Juliet says, I have thoroughly enjoyed this session. But alas, my greatness is over. Oh no, back to work. Great show, Zoe, Elsie, and TMYS team. Well done, Belinda. Yes, she's clapping. Uncle Ekow, Fisho, the Professor DJ. I think you have earned Belinda's number today to call her. Have a good day, all. We're going to miss you. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. We definitely appreciate you. Rael says she's talking to me, Zoe Baraka. You know that I am glad I am hearing this. Yes. We're not going to say which one she was talking to you about on online, but yes, I know what she's talking about. And I'm glad you're impacting so many people.
I'm glad. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Rael is a mother of 7 incredibly talented.
Wow, that's hard work. I mean, I still have trauma from the times when the kids will spill juice. You wipe it, you turn around, it spills again, and it's a lot of work.
Yes, and she has done an incredible job. All her kids are super talented, and some of the things these kids are doing are not the traditional, I'm going to school to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm going to school to, do this. One of her kids is 16 and she's already making film that is like out of this world.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
yes.
she's not to school yet. Yes. So Rael, I know what you're talking about. Great job. You have done a wonderful job.
She's done amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And so we're going to get this book, 2 of them for Jotham, who I love, and Zach, who I also absolutely love. Okay, we're definitely going to do that.
Wow.
Let's see. There's so many people here today.
Zoe, there's a hard copy. I don't know if you know that there's a
Why did I not know that?
Well, for you who have abused your book, you can take the hard copy.
Yes, I think I'm going to do that.
Yes.
I'm going to pass this on to my nephew or niece and then, get the hard copy.
Then you can get the hard copy. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
The other thing I was thinking about is maybe a coloring book version where the kids can get to color in.
So I'm glad you say that. In the hard copy, I have pages at the back of the book. I have pages where I have challenged the kids to to choose 3. Can you see?
Yes, I'm seeing now.
To choose 3 of their favorite professions and then write them down, and then they can tell us about what led to their choice. Like why did they find those professions interesting? So it's like a little homework for them as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I particularly like I love the hard copy.
Now I'm gonna get it, and then Chale
And
Chale.
I have another dedication for my mother-in-law in the back of that one. Yeah.
Wow, can you read that for us?
What does it even say? Okay, I said, author's note. My mother-in-law, Chale Chale Chale, and I had so much fun writing this book together and look forward to publishing it and getting it into your hands. Sadly, she passed away before publication. This book has thus been published in her honor. And then I included one of my little poems. I have a haiku, so I included that.
Wow.
Back to books. Education is like a tall tree with several branches. You may take eternity to climb, so long as you can suspend on a branch long enough to catch your breath and continue climbing.
Haiku. Wow.
Yes. I wrote this in 2007, the poem.
That is incredible.
So I included that for them in the hard copy. Yeah.
So guys, I think, how about we change strategy, especially for those of you who haven't bought the book yet. I think, and I'm not knocking this, I love this. I love that. I love that it's like it's a children's book, so you get that feel, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But for the activities that are in the hard copy, if you haven't bought this one yet, can you do me a favor? Can you switch it out and get the hard copy instead? Because I think you're gonna have fun with your kids.
Yeah,
it's gonna generate a lot of interesting conversation. Exactly. Amma says goosebumps. It's incredible, right? Yes. Oh my God. You're a superpowered woman, because you have sustained the attention of these people who I know are busy. Lady Abakato Anda, who is super busy, has been here the whole time. That hardly ever happens. Okay.
I'm grateful.
Yes, another incredible authoress herself, and psychologist. You guys have so much in common. You should get on the phone and talk.
We really should. We really should.
Yes, it has been an incredible session today, guys. Thank you again for joining us.
Zoe, and I will be remiss if I don't mention that we've donated some of these books, and so the books are all the way even in Tamale and other. We try to get it in the hinterlands. So yes, we have kids from all over. I have kids in Korea who are reading this right now, even as we speak. So yes, we still try to do. The more you buy, the more we are able to donate to the kids who cannot afford it.
Wow.
And send it to them. Not the kids in Accra. They have an opportunity to get it. But we're trying to get the kids in the minutest corner of Ghana.
Yes. I agree. And I think I do. There's the border between Ghana and Burkina Faso. There's a very small town there. The last town, I believe, is Misiga. For those of you who know, can you
please send me the name of that town, and we'll see how we can get
I do want us to do that. So can we do a TMYS drive maybe?
Okay.
And I like doing that on the fly. Producers, where are you? I'm always giving you a lot of work to do on the fly for Yidana and Sedinam and Elsie. Can we?
Okay, we can do that. I would love that. Yeah.
So over the next couple of weeks, guys, when you buy one, please buy a second one. And maybe just, I don't know, Big Brother Nana, I know you're here. Is there a way to buy one and then pay for an extra one? I don't know how you're going to fix that, but can we do that? And maybe we can come together and do a drive and see if we can get this book into as many hands as possible. Remember, I want to say Belinda wrote this book out of love. She's not being fed out of the sales of this book. And I'm not saying it in pride. I'm saying it in actuality and in reality. She's a lawyer, so obviously she has the thing that keeps her as a person and her family, economically speaking. So when you buy it, you're not really putting money in Belinda's pocket per se. And it's okay if you do that. But we want it to be that when you do buy it, you are helping someone else dream and imagine better options, like other things that, never even got into their minds. So let's do this together. Okay?
And Zoe, I'm glad you say that, because the only way we were able to donate those books, was because during the launch we had people who donated money. some paid for books and said just donate it, and so that allowed us to be able to spread ourselves like that. And so for as long as we keep people buying and donating, then we are also able to, send it out to those kids who will never, like you say, never have that opportunity to even dream. So yes, once they can dream it, they can do it. So let's do this together.
Yes, and Thandi, wow, she says, I love that. Well done. I will get some for a little farm school in Zimbabwe.
Wonderful.
Listen, Big Brother, it sounds like I'm here doing an auction, and it just normally happens. When you love something, I believe Paulo Coelho says, wherever your heart is, that's where your treasure is, right? Or wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is. When you love doing something, it just comes naturally. So we didn't come here to even try to sell books at all. We just came to talk about the book, but this is love right here. So Big Brother, can you send her a little link to Book Nook in the comment section? Send it to Thandi Way right now. And then, either I don't know how, but she can definitely go into the system and purchase as many as she needs to. And then I know he himself, Book Nook, will try to send it to the address you want them to send it to. Please correct me if I'm wrong, right? All righty, we are almost about to sign off. Guys, Belinda, it has been so good. Thank you for taking time out for us. It's been so wonderful. Wow.
The pleasure has been all mine. And for all those buyers, please do not forget the reviews.
Yes.
Let's tell other people about the book. Let's gift the book to kids who will never lay their hands on it.
Wow. Okay, so Big Brother came back to us. She says, yes, we can do that. Just leave a note. Belinda's special project.
I love that.
Belinda's special project. We're going to do a little flyer and put it up on TMYS and also on MQF, okay?
Yes.
And then put a link there, and we will keep those copies aside for the project. Book Nook will deliver that package to wherever in Ghana for free as our woo! Look at that!
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork, I love it. Speaking about teamwork and dream work, first of all, hey, have you heard about Wear Ghana? Okay, so they're just fancy dresses, very beautiful, simple dresses that To My Younger Self has worked with Wear Ghana to try to bring to the United States. We'll talk more about that. Just reach me. For those of you who bought the dress, can you rock it and let us know, see how you look and all that great stuff. I'm not a good seller. I told you guys I try, but for those of you who want to plug into humans and stories surrounding humans during the week, on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m., we have Margie Marge and her incredible show, Humanity Chats. Find her on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Please, 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 like she always says, and she's a supporter of most people, okay? I have to qualify that. Please find Margie Marge and support her because, as she says, there is enough room for all of us at the top, okay? Don't hug the top. Core Designs, incredible fashion designer. She's an accessories a designer, fashionista. She is coming to New York this Saturday. Guys, do not miss it. I don't intend to miss it, okay? I'm going to look fabulous.
Regardless of what New York does, DC already has the crown and we're keeping it.
You know what? I saw that one coming. We have to up our game. I do not know.
There is no way you're beating the DMV. There is no.
You know what? You did say DMV, right? So that's like 3 states.
Yes.
You can take the crown.
You can take the crown. Okay. All right. Okay. Crown taken.
So Core Designs, which is keeping us authentic. Please, 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 if you have not RSVP'd yet, I want you to go into her Facebook platform, find her on Eventbrite, RSVP. Let us go out and support each other. This is a community of storytellers, book writers, authors, and fashion designers. This is who we are, okay? Music for your quality feet, of course, duh. That happens every Sunday on YouTube now, but I believe they normally put a link on Facebook also because Facebook is, being some way with copyright and music and all that. But, and anyway, just find them on YouTube and let us dance, and enjoy each other's company. It's building networks through music. You cannot have it any better. That's the only way to put it, okay? And of course, our able-bodied professor, Uncle Kofi, did I just say Kofi? No, his brother is Kofi. Uncle Ekow Fisho is at the helm of affairs. Please find Music for Your Quality Feet. M. Sims by Mabel Simpson. She's also touring the United States. I don't know if she's coming to New York, but for those of you in Chicago, I know she's been there. She's been in Europe, Germany, and other places. You know, you do want to find her. Of course, Ryle by Designs. We just talked about Ryle and her incredible tribe. She's a fashion designer herself. So if you're in New York, especially in the Rockland County area, and you're looking for someone to, you know, whip you out a new design, if you're going for a prom, anything at all, a wedding, and you're looking for that authentic African look, you do need to reach out to Ryle by Design. You can find her on Facebook. Plateral, she is the, what should I say, our runway woman. Oh, hey, look at that. I didn't even know. But Collateral, you can find her. I think she's on 6th Avenue in New York, if I'm not mistaken. But you can find her and her incredible designs out there. Also, we have a Bonzige of bridal wear. If you're looking for bridal wear, man, that woman can design you something that would knock your socks off. Okay, of course, if you're looking for fashion advice, lifestyle choices, and all kinds of incredible things, keys and credos by our very own Kwabna Yesu, you cannot miss it. Please find him on Facebook. He's always on Facebook and social media doing something. Okay, I think the last thing I saw Kwabna Yesu do was that 360 thing in his very dapper, I don't even know what to call it. Was that a tuxedo? He was in something.
It was a tailcoat.
Oh, it was a tailcoat. There we go. So yeah, you can always find Kwabna Yesu, but on Facebook, I think his name is Seven Nana. Okay, and then of course Keys and Credo. Who else are we talking about? Horseman Shoes is here also. Guys, I want to take time out to really say thank you to Book Nuke, Nana Redamwa, my big brother, and of course Kofi Akabli, and all the other people that are supporting them in the background. I thank you so much for your incredible support all the time. We're in this together. We want them to be the #1 go-to platform in Africa for every book you're looking for, okay? So yes, I know your instinct is to go straight to Amazon, and that's great, but maybe can we change that habit and go straight to Book Nuke first and look there? We're trying to build a different kind of Jeff Bezos out of Africa. Let's do it together, okay? For our monthly donors, thank you so much. Rose Machayo, thank you for your monthly donation. Thank you so much. To my younger self is very grateful for that. That's how we get our t-shirts, pay for the internet and some computers, and come out here every Tuesday. Jane Fiorito, thank you so much. Auntie B, thank you for your monthly donation of exceptional care and Eden's Oasis. Man, you guys are incredible. You really are our backbone, and we are very grateful. Next week, we're going to have another incredible storyteller. I think I'm going to keep it a secret for now. The month of August is so power-packed. I cannot even tell you what to expect. But stay tuned. It's going to be good. I promise you it's going to be good. You're going to be like, whoa, how did we get here? Okay? Guys, let's see. There's a lot of people giving us comments. We see all of you. 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 Wow, you just came? Girl, you're late. You are so late. All right, and Ryle plugged it in there. So normally before we leave, we give the author or the guest the last thing to say. So what is the last thing you want to tell us to take with us on Tuesday?
So guys, thank you so much for being here. If you missed anything that I said, please go with the thought that you should listen to your kids a little more, find out what they're trying to do, and encourage them if it's the right path. If it's not, try to veer them off a little bit, all whilst thinking about what their strengths are. Like I said, we all know what our kids' strengths are, and we need to stop pigeonholing these poor kids. Okay, my own kids, I have stopped doing that. And if they were here, they'll say, "Mommy, really?" But yes, I have stopped doing that. I'm trying to listen more to them, to encourage them to be their best selves. I think in the end, that's all that matters. Whatever they decide to do, so long as it's honorable and it's not illegal, and they can do it well, I think they'll conquer the world. So please, everybody, go and have a great week. And thank you for coming out to support me.
Thank you. Listen, she's spoken like a true lawyer, okay? Very succinct and to the point and very articulately spoken. Thank you so much, Belinda. I appreciate you and your beautiful smile. Thank you for always inviting her into your home on Sundays and all other places. You guys are incredible, both you and Uncle Fisho. And I thank you because I know it. You guys invited me to sit at the table. And I am very grateful that you created space for me and to my younger self. So thank you for that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wow. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much.
All right, guys.
The pleasure has all been mine. Thank you.
Wow. All righty. Let us say goodbye, guys. We're going to unhook. Keep showing up, guys. Keep showing up to life, okay? Bye-bye. It has been wonderful. We will see you. I love you. I love you. Bye.
From